In this video, I'm testing 14 of the most questioned Blox Fruit myths by my viewers to see if they're actually true or just false. And if you want to see more videos like these, make sure to like and subscribe. And now let's just get right into it. The first myth of today's video says the game secretly gives a better fruit rolls to players who haven't logged in for a week. So let me go to the Blox Fruit gacha and roll a fruit and see if this myth is actually true. And let's see what we're gonna get. If we get like a mythical, that would be insane. Okay guys, and we got a magma fruit, which is actually not that bad, but I don't think this myth is actually true. Maybe some of you guys can test it and write down in the comments if it actually worked for you, but for me, I don't think it worked. I only got a magma. And while we're already at fruits, the next myth is saying holding a fruit in your hand while talking to the Blox Fruit dealer changes his stock. I really don't believe that, but let me try out and see if it's actually working. Okay, so first let me see what the Blox Fruit dealer stock is without a fruit in my hands. Let me see. Okay, so we got like a spring fruit, we got the dark and the eagle fruit, and last we got the sound fruit in our stock. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hold out my magma fruit and go into the Blox Fruit dealer again and see if the stock is actually changed. And we still got the spring fruit, the dark and eagle fruit, and the sound fruit, so I'm pretty sure this myth is false. But now let's just go to the next myth and see if the next one is gonna be false again. Okay, so myth number 3 is saying staying in first person mode increases sword damage by 5%. And guys, I just don't really have a good feeling for this because it just really doesn't sound that real. But we are gonna try it anyway, and let's just look how much damage our sword does normally. Okay, so without Haki, my sword does exactly 2509 damage. And now let's just go into first person and see how much damage we're doing now. And we're still doing 2509 damage per hit. So this myth is actually false yet again. Myth number 4. Different swords have a different dash distance on their Z moves. And to test this myth, I'm first gonna use my cursed dual katana because it's just my main sword, and we are gonna see how far we can get with the Z attack. Okay, so I'm gonna stand right next to this tree, hold the attack to get the max distance, and just release it, and boom. So we almost got to the end of the house. Now we're gonna try it with a different sword. Okay, so now I equipped the rank Goku sword, and we're gonna try the same thing yet again. Hold the attack, and I actually only got to the first house, so this myth is actually true. Now let's see if the next myth can convince us again. Myth number 5. Instinct can dodge attacks even when the enemy is behind you. To test this myth, we're just gonna go to the NPC again like before. Now we're gonna activate our instinct, and now we're gonna let him attack us while showing him our bag. So let's just do that real quick. Boom. And as you can see, the instinct is actually working just like when you look at him. So this means this myth is true yet again. Now that we're already talking about instinct, let's just go to myth number 6, which says some boss attacks ignore instinct and cannot be dodged. And now we're gonna see if this myth is actually true or false. So now I got the Captain Elephant boss here, and we're gonna see if it's actually true. I'm just gonna activate my instinct now, go in the range from the Captain Elephant boss, and see if his attacks are actually gonna break my dodge. I mean my instinct. Okay, he's not doing anything so far. And I just dodged it again, guys. So I don't know, maybe it's just this boss. I'm gonna try it at another boss and see if it's just false or if it's actually just a different boss kind of thing, you know. Okay, so I'm in the arena now with the beautiful pirate boss, and this boss is actually quite special. So let's just see if this boss can actually break our instinct and make us lose all of our dodges. I'm just gonna activate instinct and go near him to see if his attacks can actually break it. Okay, I just dodged his attack, guys, as you can see. Okay, I just dodged every attack of him. And I did it again, guys. So this myth is false yet again. Myth number 7. You move faster while holding a fruit than a sword. This myth is pretty straight up, so let's just test it out real quick. Okay, so now let me just equip my sword and do a little check. I'm gonna look sideways and run to the other mushroom. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, pretty normal. And now we're gonna try the same thing, but with a fruit in our hand. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and go. I think from our test now, you guys could also tell that this myth was just false. I was the same speed with the sword as with the fruit. So now let's just go into the next myth. Myth number 9. You can hit enemies that haven't fully spawned yet, and then use like an AoE ability on my katana or on my fruit before he spawns, that he will get damage. Basically getting damage while he's spawning. So let me test that out real quick. So let me kill this guy real quick. Wait a few seconds for him to respawn, and before he respawns, I'm gonna do my skull guitar ability. And let's just try it out and see if it's working. And it actually did some damage, guys. So even though my timing was pretty poor, this myth is true. Hopefully the next myth is also gonna be true because I'm tired of these false myths. Myth number 10. Jumping right before a dash makes you go farther. So to try this myth, I'm gonna be dashing off as soon as I like hit this line over the stone. And I'm gonna try to go as far as I can over to this home point setter. So first, let me try to just do it with a normal dash. Okay, walk towards it and dash one time and stand still. And as you can see, I'm only a bit over halfway through there. So now let's test it again with a jump before. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna walk and then jump and dodge. And I'm actually closer to the home point setter than before. Wait, we gotta try this again. Okay, normal dash again. Only over halfway through. And the jump dash again. And we're actually almost there, guys. Okay, I don't know if I'm just illusioned, but I'm pretty sure this myth is actually true. And for the next myth, we're actually back at the beautiful pirate arena because the next myth says, standing still make bosses miss more attacks. Okay, guys, I'm actually very skeptical about this, but we're still gonna try it out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna play around with him, and then as soon as he wants to attack, I'm just gonna stand still and see if he's gonna miss. So let's just rage bait him a bit, like that. And now stand still. Okay, he hit like the whole ability. Okay, he did it again. Now let's just try to be completely still. Okay, he still hit me. So like I thought, this myth is false. I mean, who even thought this myth was actually true? Anyways, let's try the next myth. Myth number 11. If your hockey color matches your fruit, you do extra damage. Okay, this is actually a pretty interesting one. Maybe it's gonna work. I don't know, but let me try it out. So for that, let me go into my items, go to my aura skin, and then change it to like maybe orange because I'm using Blox Fruit right now. I think that would be the best one probably. Okay, wait, but first we gotta try with my blue color because we all have to see the difference. I mean, I don't have my stats on fruit, but we still have to see and check if it actually does more damage with the orange color. So basically with the color match. Okay, let me just do the X attack and see how much damage we're doing with the blue color. And we did a total of 71 damage. So now we're gonna try the same thing again with the orange aura skin. Okay, so we're matching now with our fruit and we're gonna see if the X attack does more damage with it or if it's just a false myth yet again. So let's just go to this NPC and try it out. And as I thought, we still did a total of 71 damage. So this myth is false. Myth number 12. The light flight gets slower based on HP. To see if this myth is true, I first have to eat the light fruit. So let me equip it. Eat it. Boom. Confirm. And first, try the light fight with full HP. And... okay, this looks pretty normal speed. Pretty fast, you know. But now we're gonna try the same thing with low HP. So let me get damage from this NPC till I'm pretty low. Okay, so I'm really low now. Let me do the flight. And wait, I'm actually so slow. What? So that myth is true. Okay, so now we're gonna test the last myth of the video. And what the last myth says is like and subscribe and comment down to get a free fruit. And guys, jokes aside, I'm actually giving away these free mythical fruits. Just write down a comment, like and subscribe, and maybe you will be one of the chosen one to get a free mythical fruit. You guys would really help me out with that. But we're already at the end. These were all the myths that I've tried out in this video. Some were true and some were false. If you guys want to see more videos like these, make sure to leave a like down, subscribe, and maybe give me some more ideas of what things I can test out next. Or maybe write down some more myths, I don't know. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.